Hi everyone, and welcome to the Top Football Predictions. It's game week 25. Where's that gone? I know, it's crazy, isn't it, mate?
Time flies.
I'm here with the legend, Atul Jani.
Hey there, welcome pundits. Let's get straight into it.
Mate, I didn't come into the office the last couple of weeks, and I missed the chance of glorifying myself and Graham when we hit
Sod's Law.
Sod's Law, when we hit top spot the other week, and it really is Sod's Law. But that was game week 24. Game week 25 we should have already had, but we've got a game tonight, mate, which is in the midweek, which is Everton Man City. So technically we're still open on game week 25, but from the weekend we've seen some good results, haven't we?
A hell of a lot of good results, interesting results as well. On the prediction side, well, first things first, let's say well done to Charlie. So far, he's winning the week. He looks there near close enough, isn't it, to winning it?
He is, yeah, top performance, 260 points, and even if he doesn't go on to win this game week, it's his best performance this season. So, Charlie, well done. 260. I mean, that's not even with a Joker card. That's fantastic. I mean, there was what we got. We've got Lee 185 points already racked up. We've got Graham 180 points racked up already. There's been some Craig 175 points, much needed as well.
Ryan and Mike as well, 135, 120.
135, 120 respectively. But just in amongst all that, Atul Jani 145 points. You come back to the party, mate. Well played.
Yeah. It's a difficult one, but slowly but surely accumulating the points, and that's what you need to do. Just keep chipping away, getting those
Absolutely,
points. It doesn't matter whether you're at the top or at the bottom. You know, those points are quite important in placings.
Yeah, damn right. But just going back to Charlie for one little moment, he got the he got that hot shot game right, which was 150 points, and if that wasn't good enough, he then got the Super Six game, the Man City Arsenal game as well, which is double
rarity.
points.
It's a rarity, isn't it?
It really is. It is fantastic going, and just jealous, mate. I want some of those points. But no, it's looking quite good, isn't it, AJ? We're just mulling through the stats down here, and league tables look pretty good, don't they, mate?
League tables look pretty good. As you can see in the table when you see it coming up, the top six are pretty much created that little bit of gap. You know,
they have, mate, yeah.
There's their following pack as well, which goes all the way up to, say, probably 7th, 8th, and there afterwards. So you're starting to see in the group itself clusters, and I think you'll start seeing a little bit of rivalry within those clusters, all jostling to sort of get on top of each other and then get higher up the table, and then they set their targets to the next set of cluster. So, it's all interesting reading. Now the business end of the season, big teams are going for big pushes in various competitions, starting to see which team prioritises for what. If a bottom-based team in the Premier League has got a cup run, do they sacrifice that for a league position? How will they put out the team? If a team that is going for the top spot or the top four, what sort of team, what sort of game they'll play. So it makes interesting predictions, whereas in the past we'd have thought like Man City at the beginning of the season, 5-0, 5-0, 5-0.
Every
All
game.
of a sudden, these other teams have started to come to the party. Man United have started creeping up, whereas in the beginning of the season, I could confidently say quite a lot of us betted against them or predicted against them.
Yeah.
People are starting to say, they might not lose 2-0, they might win 2-0. So, predictions start to change as well as the league form changes as well.
Absolutely, and like you said, you've got those clusters at the top, then you've got a chasing pack going on as well. People are looking at predictions and thinking, like what you've just said there, Man City, they can score for fun at any time. They're obviously up there with Liverpool, and Man United with Solskjaer hasn't really lost that much, if at all, indeed. But people are looking like myself every week thinking, can I get, should I do 4-0 or should I just go that extra little bit, like maybe 3-2 or 4-1 to try and get that goal fest? But you know what? You've got to go with your gut, really. It's better to bag 50 points than try and go all out and then you get 5 or nothing at all at the end. So it's really interesting, mate, in everything that you just said there, encapsulated. And plus, on top of that, mate, added into the mix, people are chasing the top players. You've got Joker cards still to be played, and I think people are holding back at the moment just to see when the fixtures get rearranged to maximise a game week, and I think there'll still be some chops and changes, though, mate.
Yeah, for sure, and there's still a few game weeks left to go, a hell of a lot of game weeks. But just circling back to what you talked about, the Joker card, it's starting to cross people's mind now.
Yeah.
Come game week 30 onwards, I think you'll see a plethora of Joker cards being played, as you said, fixture rearrangements and things like that, maximising the game week itself. Let's be honest, the Joker cards being played so far haven't set the world on fire. The points
really
are thereabouts. I mean, there's a few points which people have scored in an average game week, haven't they?
Yeah, I mean, well, put it this way, right? Charlie has scored 260 points in game week 25. Akram used the Joker card, where he's used 2. His first one was the better one, 220 points. I think it was Frank who scored 270 points for a Joker card. And what we said earlier in the season is we've seen bigger points scored with Joker cards in previous seasons, but this season, amongst any other, there's so many more points available in terms of bonus points and how you can earn the points. I think if you go back to videos, I think I said earlier in the season, mate, I'm really expecting a 3, 4, maybe even a 500 point Joker card week for somebody, and hopefully it's me, but
yeah,
I'm waiting to see it.
Yeah, it could be possible, but then I don't know. It could be. It seems to be one of the trickiest seasons so far with people playing Joker cards because no one set the world on fire.
Yeah,
prove me wrong out there, pundits.
Absolutely. So, like you say, just the league tables, and obviously you guys are going to see them. They're going to be sent out. What I will do, and I have done it before, is I'll do the weekly points tracker because you can see for the last X amount of weeks, where your form is. I mean, the last couple of weeks up to I think game week 23 and 24, I'd scored over 100 in each, which I need to get some traction going. But yeah, you'll see some form and who's doing what, and just all makes interesting reading when you get 5 minutes really. But mate, let's get straight into game week 26. I know we haven't finished game week 25 yet. As we said, we've got Everton, Man City tonight. But as we're looking down here, let's just have a look at some of the fixtures coming up because every game week holds interest. And the first goal scorer game is Palace versus West Ham, and obviously, whilst we're in game week, just finishing off game week 25, no one got that, did they? No, so we look towards the next game week, and I've always said I like this category this season. I think it's very interesting, but it's not always the most advanced player that actually gets the first goal, is it?
Well, just on the back of what you said, and I was thinking about this the other day. To be honest, as much as we would have thought it would have been easy to predict the first goal scorer with the likes of Kane, Salah, yada 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 yada, but if you look at it, people really haven't picked up that much points from that category.
No, they haven't, to be fair, they really haven't. I mean, I don't know how many stats do you want? I can throw some stats out there whilst we're looking, but I mean, it really is interesting. But I mean, at the weekend, game week 25, we had so many players went for King, and damn right, he's on form, right? But lo and behold, I can't remember his name, is it Reed or someone? He popped up and he actually scored 2 goals in the game. Yeah. But it's really interesting. I'm just looking through the stats here, and I think it's Daniel Ledley who's, there's probably common themes going on here. He's top of the shop in terms of predictions league table, current and overall standings, and yet in first goal scorer, he's outweighed everyone. He's got 250 points off of the first goal scorer. I think about 4 or 5 weeks back he had 2 or 3 weeks together where he got it right each week for 2 or 3 weeks. But I think everybody, this category is more pot luck than anything else, I think. But it's an interesting one though, mate, and it's one we all want to get right, isn't it?
Yeah.
But
it's 50 points in the bag. Actually.
Yeah, absolutely, mate. But we will turn our attention, as we said, to the next game week 26. We've got the fixtures there. We're just having a crib. What one stand out for you, mate? Obviously, it kicks off with Fulham, Man United, doesn't it, with the early game?
I mean, Fulham, I don't see them doing well. They're putting up a fight for it, but Man United are just on such a roll. So I can't see anything more than that.
No, absolutely, mate.
For me, there's.
What about Spurs, Leicester?
Yeah, that's an intrigue.
Spurs have got good form. Leicester,
you can never write them off.
Vardy, they've got some good players going on, and they can score. They're probably better at home, but then I've said, end of last season and this, when you're playing away to Spurs because they're not in their stadium yet, and yes, we've done all the jokes by now, it's a chance to play at Wembley. It's a chance to grace the hollow turf and show what you can do on the big, vast, expanse pitch. And it's something about Wembley, isn't it? There's always going to be something about Wembley.
Yeah, for sure. And the thing to remember is Leicester aren't no pushovers as well.
No, absolutely.
They have won the title. recently. So experience counts, even though they've got a depleted squad in comparison to who was there when they won the championship.
Yeah.
They still got some element of experience, so that counts at the end of the day. Don't write them off.
No,
It's
no
so
way.
difficult. And I've seen so many predictions we predicted against them, and they've
Yeah, for sure.
done the job.
Now listen, let me set a scene for you. Let me paint the canvas. Tonight, as we've said a few times, game week 25 ends, Everton, Man City. I guess everyone's waiting for a Man City win, right? Man City win, they'll go 1 point ahead of Liverpool at the summit of the league, right? They'll be top. However, we go forward to game week 26. Liverpool at home to Bournemouth. Ordinarily, Liverpool win, right? Maybe not. Because they stumbled the other day at home. They went to West Ham, stumbled again, got a draw. They might stumble again. Bournemouth playing well. We know that they can score goals. But then add into the mix, Man City at home can destroy most teams, up against Chelsea.
Yeah.
It's a Super 6 game.
Yeah.
Chelsea are good. Hazard keeps scoring. Higuain's there. Giroud can come off from the bench. Willian. Mate, that is a Galactico game coming up on Sunday, but what's going to happen? I don't know. Anything can happen, can't it?
Look, listen, anything can happen, and just as I said earlier on as well, teams are going to start thinking about other cup competitions as well. Man City game against Chelsea is a dress rehearsal for the Carabao Cup. Is that
Yeah,
right?
you're right. Absolutely, as well.
There'll be a bit of one-upmanship this game could prove to be.
Yeah.
It's going to be tricky. Both need the points. Man City more than Chelsea. I'm not saying Chelsea don't need the points, but it's difficult. But again, it's other top competitions, because now teams will start thinking of Europe. Those teams.
Yeah,
as well.
absolutely.
So
Yeah.
what sort of team will they put out?
Top spots.
So it's
Rotations. I tell you what's interesting, I never follow my advice, because if anybody watched the last video, I did say about, I think I did say about Liverpool going away to West Ham, and I actually said it could be a West Ham win or a draw. I wasn't sure about the Liverpool win, and I went for a Liverpool win, and lo and behold, it was a draw.
Yeah, the funny thing was I heeded your advice and I put a West Ham win, and then I changed it to a draw.
I know, I saw the change come in and you got 5 points, but
Any which way, thanks Mark.
here's something, right? On the Monday night game at 8 o'clock, Wolves, Newcastle. Wolves have impressed me all ends up this season. They've been brilliant. Newcastle can pull a win out every one win out of, say, 8 games. But you know what? It's that time of year you're going to see some results. I don't think Wolves are going to win. I think there again could be a draw or even a very shock Wolves win. I'm probably veering to the side of a draw. But how do you see that one, mate?
I disagree with you. Wolves, they won last night.
Yeah, they look good.
So it's got momentum. Momentum counts for everything.
Ordinarily, I agree with you, and I think, like I said, I think Wolves have been brilliant. But I'm just looking out for some hiccups along the way, because every weekend in the Premiership, there's always 1 or 2 results you can look back and say, didn't see that coming.
And
but
also, if you think of it, Newcastle, they at this stage of the season they always start getting the results. Have you noticed?
That's what I'm saying.
They're always perennial strugglers, but then all of a sudden they start getting those results.
Turn it on, don't they, mate?
Yeah, they move up the table. So I'll tell you what, congratulations to Rafa. He really does do the business for these guys.
Not over yet, mate, but I think they will. In listening to what you say, I think they'll do exactly that, and I think they'll start getting some results. And I'm not going to say they're too good not to go down, but it's been done before, and said before.
Yeah.
But I think they'll have enough in the tank, mate. Plenty in the tank. But there. I think the last one that struck me, mate, should have made it. I think it's the hot shot game actually, which we've put in there, is Southampton Cardiff. I could see that. Oh, I don't know. I could see a few permutations for that one, mate.
Yeah, and again, both teams are scrapping at the bottom, near the bottom. So at the end of the day, it's going to be all points to play for, and it's going to be a difficult one for us pundits to predict as well.
Absolutely,
Southampton,
mate.
with their new manager, seem to have done well. Cardiff, I think they're one of those teams. They'll start rolling their sleeves up and start scrapping for points.
Yeah, I think, Arsenal go away to Huddersfield, but Huddersfield and Cardiff, I mean, they look like they're dead and buried already, but again, you never write anyone off. But listen, that's a bit of an extensive video this time. We didn't do one last week, but game week 25 will be wrapped up tonight. We'll wrap it up officially tomorrow. We'll get all the screenshots out. You'll see the video right now. But basically, game week 26 is coming up. And I think also we've got, after game week 26, we then go game week 27. It's 2 Friday night games, and then after that game week next week, we've got another international break coming up. So
Gives us a break. More
gives us a break. Yeah, it should be predictions management break. But Christ knows why we need an international break. But
no, that's to help us, as I said.
must be, yeah. Keep plugging away, guys. There's so many more points still to be had. And what do you always say, mate?
Got to be in it to win it.
That's right. Cheers.